Hello, fiber friends. I'm finally back. My name is Renee. This is my nest. We talk all things yarny and floof, I guess, here. so grab yourself a drink. I have a Moscow Mule for tonight. And let's get down to business. So, as I mentioned in my last one, I was getting ready to go on a family trip to West Yellowstone for snowmobiling, which we did, and we love. And if I have a chance, I'll post some pictures at the end of this. Or you can just go to my Instagram, which I'll have linked below because there's pictures there. It was eventful. Before we even got there, my son was admitted to Children's Hospital in Portland, Oregon, because he decided not to breathe on his own. Happens once a year-ish. He was born with lots of birth abnormalities. And then I had a couple aunties and uncles who also decided that they wanted to be in pain too. Awesome. And then towards the middle endish of our trip, my mom's heart decided to go into overdrive and not slow down. Lots of fun had all around, but really we did. We had a lot of good memories. We do this trip almost every year, and this year it was my husband and myself, our two sons, my mom and dad, my mom's mom and dad, my dad's mom, and my dad's mom's, one of her sisters and one of her brothers and their spouses. So it's a family affair and it's so much fun. Next year we invited my husband's mom and dad and his brother. Ooh, I need to stop touching the table. His brother and sister-in-law and their son to go out with us, which will be a blast. Zach and Sammy have gone with us before, but it was before their baby boy was born. So I think my boys would have a lot of fun with their cousin out snowmobiling. If you can hear shenanigans going around, it is because I am recording this at 7:30 at night and everybody's home. I mean, they always are because I homeschool. But it's the only time I'll have to film in order to get this up on the 15th because I work full days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I really want to try to stick to at least posting on the 15th of every month. All right, so let's get to some finished objects before I get to going. I made some basic mitts that were worn in West Yellowstone. Oop. I touched my watch and it changed to setting. I'm sorry. Hopefully you can still see. So anyway, so there's those. This is just a basic Cascade 220 100% wool, superwash wool, I believe. I need to stop saying that word. My dad's mother had a lot of this, so I inherited some of it. She's still alive. And made some mitts out of that. And I also finished my modified Point Edwards mitts, which were also worn in West Yellowstone. They're modified in a way because I do 2x2 ribbings instead of 1x1. And I do a closed thumb instead of an open thumb because that's how my boys like them. But these were also worn and had some fun on. And then I made a balaclava, which was also worn. Ooh, can I put it on with my other hat on? My hair is a disaster, so you do not want me taking that off. So this is nice. You can flip it up if you have another hat on or under. It is made out of Rowan brushed alpaca, so it's super, super, super warm. And I love it. I have a brown, so I'll probably end up making Levi 1-2 for next winter. Oh man, you're gonna see my nasty hair. Because we live on the Oregon coast now, things are already blooming. We did not have winter. I was just talking to my boys today that they probably are gonna have to start their allergy meds because the cherry trees are blossoming. And that is not normal. At least not for us in the last several years because of where we've lived at in the world. Yeah, nothing blooms in Wyoming until at least April. And then my big finish, which I still need to weave in the ends because it's still slightly damp. I finished. I don't even know if I showed you guys. I think I've casted on and finished this since talking to you last. This is a little shirt for my son, Malcolm. It's still a little damp from blocking. And it is the, oh dang, let me look up I should have it on my knit companion. It is the pine sweater. And the green was made in this Audi Wools. It is from a knit crate, which is no longer exists. And it is 55% merino wool, 30% baby alpaca, 15% mulberry silk. So I told this child, I know he loves green and his favorite color, and I only had the 2 skeins, and I used every little gram of it to make this. But it's just special. I have no idea what the variegated yarn is. It was Deep Stash, and it was the same weight yarn and green, so he liked it. But I even had to add a stripe that's not in the pattern because I was afraid I was going to run out of the green, and I did. So I'm very glad that I put it in there, and he is super excited to start wearing that soon. That took me, oh my gosh, when we went to the children's hospital, guys, they took away my needles. I could not knit the entire 48 hours I was there. If I had my knitting needles, I could have finished that sweater in the time I was there. But no, instead I had to just sit and twiddle my thumbs. I actually downloaded a coloring app on my iPad because I was bored. I read a lot, but I was also like, come on, people. Knitting needles. Luckily, so what I ended up doing was I used a light bulb. Luckily, it was on interchangeables. And I cinched those off, and I just took the tips off and put them in a Ziploc baggie and said, no, you're not getting my $100 worth of wool. You may have just my tips, which I was upset about. Interchangeable tips aren't cheap, but better than losing my entire knitting. Everything, you know? So there's that. While I was gone, I worked on, sorry for crinkles, my spinning. Totally lost all the rest of the floof. So I got some done, not a heck of a lot. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I just know I'm doing something wrong. So like I'll do the twist and I'll do the draft, but it's still staying really chunky. I don't know. Yeah, really chunky. So I don't know exactly what I'm doing wrong. I just know something's not quite right. What else do I have in here? Most of the trip back, I worked on my chevron crochet blanket from all my scrappies. The last time you guys saw this, I was pulling back all my stitches all the way down at the orange chevron. So from the orange to the sleigh bell sparkles is what I did in about 6 hours drive. So this is, I'm trying not to lose the stitches. It's not by any means huge. It's with 1, 2, 3 feet, 3-ish feet wide and growing. So what has happened is I use an entire, oh look, I was a good podcaster. I put a progress right there just so you guys could see how much. Now, what I'm finding interesting is how some of them are like 2 stripes, but this one's like 4. This one's more. Some of them blend together. You can't even tell. I really like this red. It's like red and black together. And then the sleigh bell is pretty too. And so that ended up being 1, 2, 3.5 rows. So it'll just be interesting to see how that flows. This is all DK scraps. Some of it is from Knitting McPurley's advent calendar. Some of it is from years ago. Some of it from Chicken Lady Fiber Co., Chicken Lady Fibers, Chicken Lady Yarns. Why can't I remember, Lynn? Yeah, so when Chicken Lady Fiber, something like that, is in here from years and years ago, like her very first advent, it was game themed. So like I'm pretty sure one of them is Monopoly or something. And then this is a Gwyneth Yarn and Fiber, Silver Bells. This was from Mountain Meadows in Wyoming. See, do I know any of the other ones? My Nevermore, I have some of the Nevermore yarns in here, and I cannot for the life of me remember the yarn dyer behind that. I have it in my Ravelry, just says Nevermore. Nowhere in any of my skeins of yarn does it say the dyer. So I am years, whenever the first Wednesday came out, whatever year that was, is when I got that. And I feel so bad because I want to tag the maker and I can't find them. Like, even my Nevermore bag, I looked all around in it and it just has whoever their printer was. It's not even there. Yeah, it didn't say who it was printed for or anything. Spreadshirt. So, but it's a really cute bag that now has all kinds of dog fur on it because we have dogs. But I have, let's see, for scrap wise, I still have some more of that red, but I had enough of the scrap that I realized I could actually make mittens out of it. So I was like, I think I'll be done with you so I can make some mittens for one of my boys. So there's that. And then this, I wonder how many grams that is. I need to weigh it, but there's lots of blues in there right now that I can see. So that's fun. And then I'm working on this, got to a cake instead of a ball. So it's now center pulling. So I don't know what's coming out at me. It'll be a surprise. So steadily working along on that. And I am currently working on, maybe if I can find it, what I'm calling my Mardi Gras shawl. Open. And it is the Easy Goes It by Finicky Creations. And it is the first design that this maker released, but they have since released a lot. I think there was like 15 or 30 shawls that I saw. And I am using, the reason why I called it my Mardi Gras is because the colorway is not in here anymore. Children. I had it on the couch earlier, that's why. But it is called King Cake. And it is, ooh, I almost dropped that in my Moscow Mule. Sparkly, can you see that sparkle? It is a king cake. And I know I'm a little bit behind for that, but I had a lot going on the last couple weeks. And this is how it's going. I'm loving it. I'm in a lace pattern. Ooh, let me see if I can turn around my iPad so you can kind of see. It is a one skein wonder, which is why I specifically chose this. It's fingering designed for 400 yards. Maybe not with my light, but yeah, there you go. Nice and lacy and big and pretty and exciting. Well, my phone is yelling at me that my storage is getting too low. So this is going to be short and sweet, and we'll talk books over on Instagram if you want to come and talk about books. I really did not get many finished in January. Levi, my husband, and I listened to the book club book on the way to West Yellowstone. So he gets to join me at book club on Monday night. And what was it called? The Vacation. It took place in Italy, which is a lot of fun since the Olympics are going on in Italy right now. But other than that, it was nice catching up with you. Hopefully I'll be back in 2 weeks. See you later, friends.